All right. I think I got us going here, Nicole Bernard.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I know you couldn't hear me earlier. Sorry, Nation. Good morning. It is a little late than ever, but we are here excited to have. Where's my music, Nicole? I just can't function without it. There it is right there. Boom. So today's big show. I was working on the script for today's show yesterday, or the outline, Nicole, and then I saw this post from super creator John Kraski, and he announced his Kraski creator rankings. And you know how we like to celebrate humans here in the lab and celebrate creators with our creator spotlight. So I saw the post and I was like, hey, John, why don't you just jump on with Nicole and I in the morning and chat about it? He's like, I'm in. I'm like, well, you're probably not going to be up anyways. He's like, well, I'll be up. So John's going to join us here later this morning, and we are going to break down his creator rankings. He has dug through the LinkedIners and he has highlighted 9 different creators that he thinks are doing exceptional work across LinkedIn. So while you and I just highlight one daily, he's like a 9 in one day. So
That's awesome.
We're going to celebrate humans today, Nicole.
Yay. That's great.
I know you love that. I love that. That's we're going to do that, and we're going to break it down. We're going to break down who he's talking about. We're going to get into this. John's going to join us this morning. Oh, there it is. There, I got to pull that down there for now. But John's going to join us this morning, and we're going to chat about all these awesome humans. And I've also I've put our StreamYard link into the chat. So if you are been named by John, or if you want to be named by John, or if you just want to come say hi to Keith and Nicole, we welcome you to come and join the chat. Put the StreamYard link out there. We are striving to create great conversation with awesome humans around the planet. Yes. So where did my...
Is C. Marty coming today or no?
C. Marty is not going to be joining us today.
Okay.
He was planning on coming, but he sent me a note this morning saying, I'm unable to make it. I'm like, not a problem, man. Not a problem at all. So he is not going to be joining the conversation today, which is all right.
Okay.
He's going to pop
I thought I saw him on a poster or on the stick thing, so I didn't know.
Yes, he was. So when I made it last night, that was his plan. And he said, hey, Keith, how about a text in the morning? I said, sure. So while I was out for a walk, I sent you a little hello there this morning. He sent me a note and said, hey, man, I can't make it in. I'm like, hey, no problem. No problem at all. Yeah, so that's that. How was your day today? How was your day yesterday? I know we had a great show yesterday. How was your day yesterday?
It was great. Yeah, went to the gym. I'm actually sore today, which is...
I didn't want to ask you because I didn't want you to feel obligated to answer the question. But
yeah. I went to go grab my coffee. I was like, ow, why do my arms hurt?
So
that was good.
So Nation, we know that Nicole loves working out. We've been chatting for the last 40 some odd days as she's on her journey to do her ultra marathon on June 22nd. We know she loves strength training. We know it's one of her favorite things to do. As a matter of fact, on yesterday's show, you, me, and C. Marty talked about the fact that we all don't like working out. You're like, wait a minute, but you guys talk about it all the time. Is that what you do? Yeah, we do. It doesn't mean we have to like it. I got a text from me yesterday morning. I was going through my morning, and all of a sudden my phone buzzes. I'm like, oh, Nicole Bernard. And Nation, there's a picture of Nicole Bernard in the gym, sending it to Keith and Chris. But then I was curious. So did she work out? Did she just get in the gym and take a
Went
picture?
there, took a picture.
See, boys? Oh, I didn't. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Okay. For some reason, it wasn't streaming on LinkedIn. There we go. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, the most important spot, and it's not even there. Good. Okay, awesome. I think we're up there now. Jimmy, we're up there now, pal. Can you check for me? So anyway, so I get this note from Nicole, and she's like, yeah, I'm in the gym. So then I got to be honest with you. All day, I wondered, what did you train? What did you do? And you said your arms were sore. So you did some upper body work?
I did some crunches in honor of C. Marty Fit, and did some legs, not anything. I'm going to run a half marathon this morning as part of my training. So I didn't want to do like too much. So yeah.
I didn't want to do too much. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Talking with Lauren, when I talked with Lauren as she's training for her, her marathon there, wasn't too much into the protein, was very much focused on fuel and carbohydrates, right? So her marathon's done yesterday. She's like protein beast, Nicole. Like crushing chickens, crushing eggs, crushing spinach. She's like, gotta get strong again. And I was funny because I was thinking about you. I'm thinking, yeah, Nicole's drinking the same fluid right now as Lauren. They're both like, gotta be strong in the gym.
Yep. Totally.
It's that foundation, right?
Yeah.
I had legs day yesterday. That was my morning go, and then I had a meeting with Shannon Houchin yesterday morning talking about, here's something I share with you. I'm share with Nation. We're gonna get a little more aggressive with our past guest outreach. I've sucked at that. We've had these wonderful humans come to the lab, both in the morning, both in the afternoons, and so busy moving forward with the business that I've admittedly maybe forgotten some of the past. And I think that we have a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs that would have that same thing, right? Focusing on acquiring new customers when your best customer might be the one you already have. You just got to talk to them a little more and they might bring you more business.
Yep.
So,
well, I'd say it's easier to keep or upgrade a client than to get a new one or something. Yeah.
Well, it's true. You think about how hard we work to get one. I think about the effort it took me to just get in front of you, right? We found you, we got in front of you, and then once we got you, we created a connection and created a relationship. You're like, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing more with this guy. And I think that is that same attitude, right? Which is, I just saw something in front of my desk here. Sorry, I had a meeting with John Brink last night, the 83-year-old bodybuilder.
Oh yes, how'd your podcast go?
Awesome. He invited me onto his show, On the Brink with John Brink. And Nation, if you don't know, John was in the lab here a few months ago. He has his own show called On the Brink with John Brink. And he's 83. He's an 83-year-old bodybuilder. The guy just crushed the show. But we joke about it because he has ADHD and he joked on my show and he joked on his show that he's always looking for the squirrel. And while we were talking, my ADHD kicked in because I got a surprise for you. We talked about this last week, but now I can pull it together for us. Look at the cord. This enables us to make prank phone calls to people around the world.
I have that same cord. I didn't realize that's what it does.
Yeah, so I can, I have the same cord, but I don't know what it does. Yes, we are here to teach lessons in the lab. I love that. So typically it's used to connect your iPhone to like this stupid USB-C, right? But for my setup here, I plug it into my board and it allows me to connect to my phone and it allows me to make phone calls out. So we could call C Marty Fit right now, actually. We could see what's shaking with C Marty. That would be fun. So I discovered this last night in my ADHD balance that, oh yeah, I got this cord. I can bring it to the show and we can do live. We can prank phone people. I can call my mom. Could be fun. It could be really fun.
Yeah.
So, all right. So listen, we're going to jump into the accountability check-in right now because Kraski is going to be joining us around the 15-minute mark, 30-minute mark of the show. And then we're really going to focus on talking creators for most of the show today. Really want to shine that light on everyone else. Okay. The accountability check-in's resonating for people. I get comments from folks. They reach out to me saying, hey, I like what you guys had to say today. And it's getting people thinking. And it's what we're focused on here is giving something people think about when they get up. So let me talk about this one today with you. I was
just thinking, sorry.
Go ahead.
Going back to the phone calls, do you think people would answer? That's where my head just went.
I wondered that too. So it's going to happen.
I never answer the phone, like ever.
I know.
I don't even use it to speak to people. Like I text, but I don't actually use it.
Isn't it true? So are you like me where you're like, I don't really, like do you prefer texting and chat communicating over phoning?
Yeah, so much. Yeah.
I'm the same way. Like and I think it's a generational thing. When somebody phones me, like they're interrupting me. Yeah,
totally.
Right.
But we grew up with the phone and not knowing who's on the other side. But yeah, I don't know. I know. Well, it was like fishing. The phone rang. You're like, what's on the other end? Yeah. Right? Who's going to be there? Surprise.
It's true. So you're right. So now I guess if I phone somebody, they're going to see my name pop up or they're going to see a number pop up. So if I phone somebody in, I don't know, Portland, Oregon, we pick a little community in Portland and we want to shine a light on them. My phone number is going to pop up. They're going to say, who's this guy from Canada phoning us today?
They're not going to answer. Most people don't answer unless they know the name or the number, right?
This is true. Yeah, this is true. Well, maybe we'll play with it. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we can do a game of who's going to answer the phone. And listen, we can just keep dialing numbers to see who answers.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, my thought on that was slightly delayed because my arms are sore.
No, Nicole's brain's not sore. Her arms are sore because she did one workout yesterday, Nation. She did one workout.
And I flossed. I'm gonna live forever.
Oh, I was just gonna ask you, did you? So If you missed the opener of yesterday's show, I was caught flossing. I was living longer as I was starting the show. I was like, oh, I'm living longer right now. Come on, help me. If you missed yesterday's show, apparently, you know what, Nicole? I need to find the author of yesterday's show. She's on LinkedIn. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm curious to know. Oh, this is bad. I wonder if she's real or if she's fake.
Wait, what do you mean the author?
Yes. So the article that I read yesterday.
Oh, of the article. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So her name is, if you want to look her up, it's Dr. Fatima Khan. So she is on LinkedIn. I found her there, but we should actually reach out to her. Fatima Khan, Dr. Fatima, Fatima Khan. We should reach out to her and see if she wants to join the show and talk about the idea that flossing will extend your life.
Yeah.
As we learned yesterday. So nation, you should floss. Flossing is important.
I have one more addition, which is not helpful at all, but I just hovered over my Google. And today is World Donkey Day. There you go.
Come on. It's World Donkey Day today.
That's what it says at the bottom of my screen right now, because I was like, what the hell is that?
Hey, is it coincidental that we have John Kraski on the show with Kraski's Creators and it's World Donkey Day today? No, John, I'm not suggesting anything at all, my friend. No, not at all. I'm a big fan of you, John. I'm not trying to articulate donkeys and Kraski in the same sentence. I will tell you, Nicole.
Just did.
Yeah. Sorry, John. I will tell you, when I went to Lamu, Kenya last year, the island we stayed on, it's just an island, Lamu, Shayla Beach, Lamu Island, no cars, only donkeys. So I'm thinking they celebrate like a mofo in Lamu World Donkey Day.
Yeah.
Right?
I hope they get some extra hay or whatever they eat over there.
So the donkeys in Lamu are used for everything. Hauling stuff, hauling kids, like they are the transportation. Like it would not be unreasonable for you and Benton and the kids in Lamu to be walking around and the kids on the donkeys. Or you guys just on the donkeys. Or them just hauling stuff around for you.
That's cool.
Isn't it?
That would be really neat, honestly.
It's pretty neat. There's no question. It's pretty neat. So World Donkey Day. It is World Donkey Day here. Live in the lab, mornings in the lab with Keith and Nicole. And we're talking flossing to live longer. Hey, get a donkey, get some floss. You're going to live much longer.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. Okay. Accountability check-in, Nicole Bernard. So today, I got something for you. Hang on this one. Just be positive is useless advice.
It's true.
It isn't it? Because not only is it ineffective, but it feels impossible.
It's not realistic.
It's exactly right. It makes you feel inadequate. It makes you feel like maybe you're missing out on some big secret because you're just not feeling it. I guess the reality is you're probably not missing anything, right, Nicole?
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. It's like great to have a great outlook and perspective, but it doesn't mean you can be 100% positive all the time.
Exactly it. Here's the truth. When you're overwhelmed, and I know we talk about being overwhelmed. We talk about like Monday morning, I was a little bit overwhelmed, went for a walk. When you were overwhelmed on the weekend, you went for a run. So we do things, right? So when you're overwhelmed, your brain defaults to survival and defense mode, not positivity. And you need to disarm the overwhelm first. Now, I will share with you vulnerably. I need to get better with this, with maybe those around me and just those in my world, that when things are crazy, I can't just all of a sudden say to my friend, hey, just be positive, man. Just think it through, because they're immediately going, oh, it's not what I need right now.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah.
And I will admit, Nicole, I've made that mistake.
Yeah, I have too. Yeah. And, just different certain like life milestones for people that I've been around. I'm like, oh, it's okay. It'll happen, blah, blah, blah. Or when it's meant to be, it'll be, or you'll get it next time. And that's not, I don't want to hear that shit stuff. Yeah. I think the way to look at it or to respond and be like, hey, I'm sorry you're going through that. How can I help? Or what do you need? Or things like that. Instead of, we'll get him next time, slugger.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true. I sometimes my positivity and my overwhelming energy, I think, yeah, I bet you it makes people feel inadequate. They're like, what's he drinking? Why is he so positive? No, I'm just doing a better job masking what's going on inside my head right now. But the reality is that if you're feeling like you're supposed to be positive, no, just breathe, reset the system, try to find some place for gratitude, maybe doing a gratitude journal, Nicole. maybe take
Yeah.
some time to do a gratitude. If you're fixating on everything that's going wrong, grab your journal. I have got into a remarkable habit of doing my brain dump. This morning when I was going for my walk, I really got into a habit of using otter.ai, like the transcription
Mm-hmm.
product. I just go for a walk, turn it on in my ears, and I just start talking.
Mm-hmm.
When I sent you the message this morning to say hi, it was as if my brain was empty. It was awesome
That is awesome.
because I
Yeah.
was able to dump all my thoughts out. Even some of the words didn't make sense, but I felt like it was like you're a writer. You like to write.
Mm-hmm.
It's putting everything out. Right?
Yeah, totally. I'd love to see your neighbors are probably like, oh, there's Keith talking to himself again.
It happened this morning. I was walking by a lady and she's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, or I do talking meetings with colleagues, and people are like, oh, are you talking to me? No, I'm talking to somebody right now in my head. So if you are struggling today, don't just think about being positive. It's just really going to be useless. And if you are around somebody today who's feeling they're not in it, don't just ask them to be positive, because that's just like as Nicole said, that's the last thing they want to hear from you. I think what you really want to encourage that person to do is just be breathing, gratitude, give them your support, give them your empathy. And if you're the person who's in this spot right now, Nicole, just start small, right? Think big, better awareness, better outcomes. I know when I get all frantic, I just nurse it down. It's like today, I was like, okay, I got a million things I got to do. No, I got 2 things today. And that's just what I'm going to focus on.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love the brain dump too, but then it's because that gets it all out of your head, and then from there you can start to prioritize like what you need to do. Yeah.
Yes. So I want to share with you another life hack. So Otter has been, I know it's been around for a while, and voice transcribing is not a new thing for anybody, but this idea of dumping my brain out, because it's got AI into it, it's got ChatGPT built right into it. It summarizes my thoughts at the end of the weekend, so I can say, hey, what did I miss for next steps? What happened this week? It's really enabled me to keep moving my brain forward and not focusing on what's already in there. It's been exceptional, because then I'm finding days in my workflow to say, okay, now's the time to reflect on the last week, what's going on.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
So it's working well for me. It's working well. Okay, so good morning, Michael Hoodlow. Yes, yesterday sent me a text. Did you guys start earlier? I'm like, no, Michael. I think your clock might be off, man. No, we're on the same time here. All right, so listen. Why don't we take let's take a quick break, Nicole. Grab your coffee, refresh your coffee, because then we're going to come back for a stretch. We're going to come talk about Kraski's creator rankings. We're going to shine a light on a bunch of folks, and I think John will be jumping in here in a few moments to join us. We'll break it down, but let's do a quick minute and a whatever second break, and we'll come back and we'll dig into Kraski's creators. Oh, yeah, good use of that tool. I didn't think of that. That's exactly it. Yes, you are old. Yes. So, Nicole, there's actually been somebody on the show finally older than me. Yeah, it's true.
The bodybuilder guy, right? He's just like a year or two older than you.
Yes, yeah, John Kraski. Yeah, that's right. John Brink he's 83 going on 98 or something. But anyways, he's awesome. You got to give him a listen. All right, let's go for a quick break. We'll be back in a minute or so to get into Kraski's creator rankings. Oops, this one here.
Go hug your donkey.
Go hug your donkey. All right, we are back. Mornings in the lab. Myself, Nicole Bernard is getting her coffee, resetting her spot there. You guys notice the new graphics behind the screen here? I've been working on enlightening the visuals. You're going to notice, Nation, that as the show proceeds, the goal here is to go from dark to bright. So my plan here, Nicole, my vision is that as the show proceeds, the screen's going to brighten up just like we're all. It's like the biocentric lighting that Kyle Harris and his team at Brainlet sell.
Yeah, it's almost like they could sponsor that.
Kyle, who would have thought of that? I just wonder because y'all wake up with biocentric. Speaking of sponsoring, Nicole, so you know how we had some fun with our creator spotlight, and I took a little screenshot of Steve Holford, the What If guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, Steve, check this out. And I sent him a little screenshot of what we did last week with Keith Huffman. And he's like, oh, is that a mock? I'm like, no, we did a little practice sponsor gig of the creator spotlight. He's like, that's really cool. I go, is there value in that for you? He goes, oh yeah, there's value in that. So if anybody's listening and you want to sponsor our creator spotlight, every single day we shine the light on creators. There is room on the asset to shine you up and get you in front of everybody, as Nicole said. And that's something we want to talk more about here in the lab. So let's pivot, Nicole, to Kraski's creator rankings. So I am going to do a quick little look here, see what's happening here on the feed, see if anybody's popping up here. Nope. Okay, good. So we're going to do this. Oh, Lisa Nelson, you're 55. Good for you. So you're almost as old as me. I saw Lisa made a comment on our post. All right, so let's do this here, Nicole. I'm going to pull this up here on stage. Boom. All right. So look at this. John Kraski yesterday unveiled his Kraski creator rankings. Now, this came as a result, Nicole Bernard, of there's been this, I don't know, because I spend so much time on this platform now, just talk to a lot of people, meet a lot of people. There appears to be drama around pods and whether people are actually legitimately building their followings, whether they're faking their followings, whether they're in these large organized pods, and some are called country club pods where you spend thousands of dollars a month and everybody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only been a part of the free ones years ago when they were just starting out on Instagram. I didn't realize they've evolved, and yeah, I just didn't know.
Oh, so tell me about the free ones you were part of.
Yeah, just like where it's like a group text, right? Almost inside of Instagram. Like you post, somebody would drop that they had just posted. It was meant to be like genuine, like they weren't crazy huge, but
yes.
So anytime people would post, they'd drop it in there, and then people would go and like it and comment to get it a little more traction.
Yes.
But yeah, I've only seen it like that. Like I said, that it was a few years ago that I was in one. But I didn't realize they had evolved and you have to pay for them now. Yeah, so, I didn't even really.
Yeah. So apparently some of them are big pay. Hey, it's $5,000 to join the pod, and it's $1,800 to post, or like we're talking big cash, right?
Yeah,
so it's exactly right. So I know there's been get at, or people complaining about what's real, what's not real on LinkedIn. And, so if you have 100,000 followers, are you a LinkedIn expert compared to somebody who's got 20,000 or 70,000, or everybody just gets caught up in these metrics, right? And you know what I've discovered, Nicole, probably like you have, is that it's actually impossible to find out whether your followers are real or not. Unless I ask to audit you to say, hey, Nicole, I want to sponsor you and I want to give you some money so that you can promote my content in exchange for me seeing your audited numbers. All I really can do is just believe you that you have accumulated your thousands of followers naturally. That seems bizarre, no?
Yeah. No, it is. The fact that you have to even ask and audit and have a breakdown is a little crazy.
Right. But doesn't that potentially highlight this unfortunate challenge, though? Because I can get up on LinkedIn and I can go buy you can buy followers on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Any of them. Yeah, easily.
So I could show up tomorrow. So I could show up tomorrow with 100,000 followers and you wouldn't know whether they were real or not. Because there's no way for me to show you whether the only way I can show you if they're real is if you say, hey, Keith, would you mind, I want to spend some money with you. Yes, Nicole. I'd like to give you thousands of dollars a month, but I want to know that your reach is legitimate.
Yeah, I feel like when they're fake, like I've seen a lot of people like on Instagram, they've got hundreds of thousands or even thousands, but their engagement like sucks. So it's like, I don't really think their followers are really real. Or they just paid for them and then now they're not just
And it's interesting you bring that up too, because Luke Matthews, I was going to feature him as a creator here last week, but we'll talk about Luke Luke's doing some great stuff, but he has been leading the train with asking questions like what's real, what's not real. And he made a comment, Nicole, which really got me thinking. He's like, these big super creators that brag about their big followings, why don't they do live shows or live podcasts? Because wouldn't you think, Nicole, if you had 100,000 followers behind Nicole Bernard and people love to drink the Kool-Aid from Nicole Bernard, I'm going to make an assumption that if Nicole shows up to do a live event, there's going to be a large percentage of your folks that follow you, no?
You'd think. Yeah. That's a good point.
To your point about engagement. So, because then it's a law of numbers. Like if I have 100 followers and 2% show up, I'm going to have 2 people come. But if I have 100,000 and 2% show up, so I find it intriguing that because many of big creators don't go live.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I know that we have been exactly Hoodlow bingo. I know we're there's no question that we're real. Yeah. All the time, just ubiquitously hanging out on the internet here. So that's the case. So that's what started the whole discussion with Kraski doing Kraski's creators. And he was in the lab last week and he's like, we had a big chat about it. He talked about he's going to go into politics. So then yesterday he released his Kraski's creator rankings. Yeah, he said it was going to politics. He broke some news.
That's cool.
Yeah.
If you're into that.
I had Sean Mason on the show yesterday, live in the lab at noon.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
It was great. He also broke news.
Oh.
Yeah. What? So Sean's starting, again, it's really this, every pun intended, this links back to this LinkedIn pod community swarm situation. Sean's tired of all the fakeness too. So he's like, I'm just going to start a community. And I'm going to start a mastermind, and I want to build relationships with folks instead of transactions with folks. I can see that.
Yeah.
You think about it, right, Cole? And I would say the same thing is the goal here with the lab is we're inevitably going to build an audience, and then out of that audience, a community is going to form within it, right? And then within that community, you'll have some stands, some Swifties, right? So I look at it as 3 tiers. So if I can get, let's just use if we can get 100,000 people paying attention to what we're doing, great, boom. And then out of that 100,000, can we find 1,000 people that are going to be happily community members? And then out of that 1,000, are there going to be 100 stands that continue to promote what we're doing here? That to me is how you build that structure, right? So
yeah,
cool. All right. So I know Kraski said he was jumping in between 15 and 30, but we're past 30. So we're going to dig into the Kraski creator rankings, and he can jump in and chat when he gets here. So let's get into it. Darren McKee has been listed number 10 on Kraski's creator rankings. Now, I'm going to suspect, I am not going to speak on behalf of John, but I'm going to suspect, Nicole, that he is not ranking them like, I don't know if 10 is any more important than 6 or any important more than 5 or 4. I'm thinking that he's like, oh, this person's on the list. So I want to do a couple things at the same time here for everybody, because I really want to shine the light, Nicole. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go share screen. We're going to go, where is Darren McKee? Okay. So first one, Darren McKee. Here's what he looks like. Darren builds coaching programs and he coaches a little himself. He's from Raleigh, Durham, the Chapel Hill area. He's got a couple followers, Nicole, 112,000 maybe.
Oh, wow. That's a good bit.
Not too bad, eh? Not too bad at all. So I would invite you to check out Darren's profile on LinkedIn. I follow Darren, and I will tell you, man, he's inspiring. He's motivating. He's always talking about coaching. He's moving people forward with his content. He talks about sales, and if you are into sales and you want to just be moving forward constantly, I would say Darren is a great follow on LinkedIn to move that forward. So go back. Number 2, Debra Prasamriti. Debra? I do not know Debra. Let's find Debra here. Oh, that's not that one there. We're going to go to Debra. There we go. Debra Prasamriti. She is number 2 on the Kraski creator rankings. And Debra is, there we go. Oops, no, I'm just having some struggles with the old, there we go there. So Debra comes to us from, yeah, I guess if I found her, it would be helpful. Debra, there she is right there. Excellent. So Debra joins us from the London area, United Kingdom. And she builds authority. So let's just do this here. Do share screen. Debra. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Debra, for being patient. Debra is marketing strategy, personal branding for experienced biz owners, executives leading service-based businesses, ranked top 15 for personal branding globally. She builds authority online and get business inbound from content and strategy. She's a personal branding expert for CEOs, founders, and senior directors. So there's Debra.
Awesome.
A lot of personal branding expertise happening these days, isn't there, Nicole?
Yeah, definitely. I think people are starting to realize how important it is.
Isn't it true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's I talk about it here often. I know you do. I know I speak with folks. It's this personal brand. I think there's certainly something to be said for that, especially in a world of chat GPT and text generated content. All right. Next one coming up. Oh, Thomas Woodhams. I'm a fan of Thomas Woodhams. He is a solid human being. What's that?
He looks fun.
He does. Yeah, I've been interacting with Thomas through his Odie challenges, and that's how I got involved in this song that I'm apparently being a part of. Thomas is fun. So he's number 8 on the Kraski creator rankings this morning. Let's have a look at Thomas's LinkedIn profile to see where we can find him. So Thomas joins us from England as well. He's a senior talent acquisition partner at Hawkeye. He's a tech recruiter that codes. And he's part of the LinkedIn Creator Program, which we are as well. Who is he? He's a tech recruiter who loves coding as much as helping people with their tech career. I love Thomas Woodham's energy. You follow his content, you follow what he's all about, and hey, he's all about that the ADHD supporter. He's like, hey, look at the squirrel over there. So there's Thomas Woodhams. He is a great follow, Nicole. I would invite you to follow Thomas. He brings out fun content. Oh,
hey, what's going on?
We have John Kraski joining us from the car in Beverly Hills.
Dude, it's early here, man. It's
epic. This is epic. I'll tell you what's epic. Nicole, I was having coffee this morning and I texted John the link and he's like, he was up. I'm like, holy smokes, man. Like, you are an early bird, dude. 4 a.m.?
I was up at like 3:18 today.
Wow.
But yeah.
Wow. That's intense.
Wow.
So Kraski, you are joining us here today excitedly because we have revealed on the show this morning the Kraski creator rankings, and we've been breaking them down, man. We have absolutely been breaking them down. They are epic. They are epic. I spoke on your behalf. I thought to myself that you did not rank these in any certain order, right, John? You just identified 9 people, including the number 1, but you identified 9 people, right?
Yeah, I took the same approach that other big do as well. Completely arbitrary, no logic, makes no sense. But the thing is, it's just time for a new narrative on LinkedIn. It's completely out of control. So yes. I've just drawn my line in the sand. I'm taking on the pod monsters. Literally, it's ridiculous to see these other so-called rankings lists where you see people that I have never heard of ranked ahead of people like Barack Obama, Ryan Reynolds, Sportsman, Bill Gates. Bill Gates was like 50 on one of these lists. And then there's a bunch of people that are ahead of him are complete pod monsters. Like, really? Bill Gates literally is probably one of the top 10 genius business minds of our time. And he's literally sitting behind people that are in pod monsters that you see these massive positives. Who are these people? Who the hell are these people? That's my question. People are asking, who the hell? There you go. At least we know who Snoopy is, though, right?
Yeah.
In pole position. Snoopy deserves pole position. Snoopy is actually it. Is there
so Nicole?
Better content than Snoopy these days?
So John's referring to number 1.
Yeah.
John's referring to number 1 on the list. It's Snoopy.
Boy, Snoopy. Look at Snoopy. Look at how cute he is.
So I love the mantle you're picking up and you're standing on, John, which is attacking the pod monsters and creating this narrative around what's real, what's not. And right. I slept on this since we chatted yesterday on LinkedIn, and I want to propose to you that we make this a thing. That we do your Kraski creator rankings, whatever it's going to be, monthly, weekly, however you want to do it, and we make this a thing. And we make this a thing on the show when we invite people in, and we make this because what you're doing is It's funny because I saw somebody comment on your post. You're actually creating the anti-pod monsters, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I'm creating the anti-LinkedIn guru movement is what I'm doing.
Yes.
And I just think it's LinkedIn's not going to do it because why are they going to fight pod monsters that are so, I guess, driving traffic to the platform? They're probably not going to do that. But like my argument is you can still drive to the platform by doing it the right way and showcasing creators that are actually creating original content, being genuine, authentic, trying to develop relationships, actually real humans engaging with other real humans, not using virtual assistants and pods and all these other hacks. I do believe you just need to just drive this narrative home because people, you vote with your likes, your comments, your reposts. You have the power. You can people like those are your likes, those are your comments, those are your reposts. It's your time. You can do what you want with it. So I'm saying to use your time with other creators that actually want to develop meaningful relationships or actually putting in the time to develop great content. These pod monsters are not creating great content. Like their content's no different than anybody else's. It's literally there's no difference. It's just perception, and it's all fake. It's all an illusion. So whatever. I'll carry everybody on my back. I'm not the biggest creator in the world, but I have enough of a community where I can start to make real change because if other people start to pick up on this as well, which I'm starting to see with people with their content, it's not. I'm noticing other people about it too. So people are now like waking up and they're like, wait a second, this is wrong. This is ridiculous. Because to get into one of these pods, it's you about $10,000 a year. That's the minimum, and that's a lot of money for a lot of people. It's not like the price of a house, but it's a lot of money to give money to this like random group of people. And I don't even know how the money's allocated, to be honest, but I know it's a list of 70, 80 people, and I'm at the top of these rankings lists from other entities. So it's just time and whatever. Let's come on my rankings, right? Why not? Why are my rankings going to be any different than this other list, which is completely? I just laugh when I just see Bill Gates is number like 55. Come on, Bill Gates is behind like a bunch of no names. Who the hell are these people? I don't even know who these people are. Like that's the crazy part. You come in on LinkedIn and you see these people, you're like, who are these people that have been anointed gods on LinkedIn? Like literally, you look and you're like, who are they? Like they're posting generic content, pictures, generic motivational advice, and then you see like Bill Gates with I don't even know what net worth of what 100 billion. Probably changed the world the way we all work. Literally, like how is Bill Gates behind any of these people? And Ryan Reynolds is just like he's one of the most infectious, popular personas in the world, and he's way behind most of these people. You got Barack Obama. He was the president of the United States for 8 years. The most influential world leaders of our time, and he is sitting well behind a big pack of pod monsters. Thomas Woodhams, the VP of OD operations on LinkedIn.
So John, let's go. Let's go through your list quickly. I want you to offer some comments on each of them here as let's go through them. So Darren McKee, comments on Darren.
Deep into it with these people, so I interact with them all the time. So like, I'd love to get.
So I'm a fan of Darren. I like Darren's content. He was one of the first people I saw when I jumped into LinkedIn, John, months ago, and was inspired by his content. I like that he's talking about sales. He shows up all the time. His stuff is real. I can tell it's real. It's about him. I like Darren McKee. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Darren McKee, John Kraski?
I think he's trying to take some of his vibe and energy about being a bigger creator. So just giving as much as you possibly can and uplifting as many people around you and really helping the smaller creators. I feel like me as a bigger creator that really speaks in the voice of the smaller creator and empowers them to so that's my thoughts on Darren. I love Darren. Yeah. And Darren, the funny part is yesterday I was really just burnt out creatively. He's like, "Here's your post." So I had this idea I was going to do this post about the creator rankings, but I was going to maybe do it today, but he kicked me in the butt and said, "Dude, you get your ass on there and post today." So that's how I did it. I did it, and I turned it around in an hour. I came up with the post and did the whole thing in one. So.
Well, you know, the magic of this, John, I was busy. I was telling Nicole, I was busy planning the show for the morning. I was putting some stuff together, and then I saw your post. And I was like, hey, that is brilliant. And the next thing, within minutes, my whole morning agenda was set. I'm like, perfect. Awesome. So Debra Prasamriti. I do not know Debra. Tell me about Debra.
I've been following her probably the last 3 years. We did a LinkedIn live together about a month ago. She's based in Spain, but she's a personal branding expert. Again, she's just been doing it the right way, building her community slowly. And just I love her. So she's great. She's like one of the top kind of LinkedIn personal on the platform. Good vibes, good energies, always keeping it real. Yeah.
Awesome. Next up, we have next on the list, John Kraski. We have Thomas. We talked about Thomas. We know Thomas. I love Thomas's energy. I've been encouraging Nicole to dig into Thomas's energy. What's with the OD energy from Thomas Woodhams, John Kraski?
I about it on the show last week, but I just started doing videos when I came back to LA from Dubai, and I had the low draft latte in my hand, and then Thomas Woodhams started commenting, and he's like, "Odie," I was like, "What are you talking about, dude? I don't even know about." I literally had no idea what the guy's talking about for weeks, and I just kept entering. Eventually, I just said enough. I was like, "What is the Odie? What are you talking about?" The Odie, like your coffee drink. So that's how the Odie became a thing, and now it's out of control. Christopher Lauderman he's based in Germany. He's writing a song, an Odie song.
Yes.
I'm going to do a newsletter called Odie Fans. So it's the Odie thing is taking on a control. I can't even. It seems like the community loves it, so I'm going to embrace it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got to embrace it because you're right, John. You got to lean into the community, right, pal? And the community is telling you they want to hear about Odie, and I can see you leaning into it. Thomas leaning into it. Lauderman's leaning into it. You're leaning into it. That is what aware human beings, they lean into things and they feed their community. Yeah. Adam Posner, Kraski creator, coming up here. Who's Adam?
I've had him like since I was become active in the Web3 space like 3 years ago. He's recruiting agency. We've interacted quite a few times in real life at different events. I met up with him in New York maybe 3 months ago. He's always been, he's probably one of the reasons why I've gone down this road. He's always been trying to this was the reality, these pod monsters. And maybe I was naive and too young. When you first get on there, you just there's just so much noise, information, and just so many points of data you're trying to process. Yes. But he's always been planting in my seeds. He's like, dude, this is what's going on. So he's always been a little snarky about some of it, and I was just like, whatever, dude. This guy's maybe a hater, but now this guy's trying to tell me the truth. There's just a bunch of nonsense going on, and he's always built his right way. He's had some of these big creators at different points in time reach out and try to take him to the dark side, and he's definitely one of those people, much like Darren, that I've leaned in on, and that's the narrative that I want. So love Adam, everything he's doing. He's great.
That's awesome. Adam Posner, Ashley Nicholson. Ashley joins us.
You know why Ashley's on there? I literally just talked to her for the first time yesterday. And we had an awesome hour. He just keeps it real. I just threw her on there because I was just, hey, why not?
You know what? That is exceptional. Nicole Bernard, John meets her and she's on the list. Ashley Nicholson, I help companies win businesses in the largest market in the world, the U.S. federal government. Boy.
Yeah. She's definitely anti-pod monster mafia as well. So she's great. So we were only supposed to talk a half hour. We talked an hour. She's cool, good energy. I was like, oh wow, all right. This is somebody I wanted to definitely continue to interact with and engage with and with. So she's awesome. So there you go. That's how she made the list. She just happened to be on my call calendar yesterday. So there you go.
I love that. Next up, we have Mario Hernandez.
Love that guy. He's third-time startup founder. He's already had 2 successful exits from Venezuela. He came to the U.S. after all the conflict in that country. Just really smart, really nice, really genuine. To meet him in real life at a brunch I hosted at South by Southwest 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, just a really good guy. He's just one of those creators I want to support because he's doing really real shit. He's building real businesses. He's really nice and smarter than me. He's probably smarter than most people, and I just want to elevate what he's doing in his voice. So there you go.
I love that. I love that. Next up, John Kraski, we have Paulette Waston.
Yeah, Paulette. She's been on my show, NFT Heat. She's been to a few of my events in the UK. We met up actually in real life. Great. She's helping educate young women in Africa with the AI, Web3, giving them kind of the tools, knowledge necessary to be successful once they move into their career. So she's amazing. I would say she's doing God's work in Africa. There you go. So
exceptional. Paulette Watson.
I need to buy it. Yeah, she's amazing though. So
it's awesome. All right, next up on the list, hey Johnny, you got a little typo here, man. Paulette Watson, not Waston.
Oh yeah,
that's okay. Monroe Melvin. Hey, Nation. John was scrapping to get it together. It's more. We always iterate 1% every day, so John just get better at that. Monroe Melvin. Where's Monroe joining us from today, John?
He's their new recent connection. He went to USC like me. He's from Minnesota. He was like, "What is this? What is this show you're on tomorrow?" I was like, "He's kind of got like your accent because he's up from Minnesota." So you guys like, it'd be great. You won't even. You guys will sound like you. It'll be like you're talking to each other. You'll be talking to each other, but you'll sound like you're talking to yourself. So he's amazing though. He's a really good guy, expert, amazing content. He's definitely anti-pod monster mafia. He's great though. He's awesome. He keeps it real. He's great. He's going to be doing big things on the platform, and that's why he's on there. So some of these people are like just starting their journeys up. He's one of those. He's creating better content than most of these other AI people. So I want to just like put him more front and center because I feel like better content creators, they should be winning. There you go. That's why he's there.
I love that. I love that you're shining that light. Number 2, Tima Ella. Hope I said your name right, Tia.
I think it's Tima Elhaj. She's amazing. She keeps it real. She's based in Australia. She does a lot of personal branding. We've done audios and LinkedIn Lives. She's awesome. She actually didn't even know none of this was going on either. Like, it's crazy. People like me and her have been on the platform for a long time. It's crazy. I've been on it for honestly, I've been on it since like 2004. Really active maybe the last 5 years. And then super active the last 3 years. But I didn't even know most of this was going on. So me and her, we just always talk about just all the insanity, and she's much kinder and nicer than me, taking longer to fight the dark side, but that's fine. She started waking up to it, but she's amazing. She's great. Built her community the right way, and yeah, we love her.
Exceptional. So team is number 2, and then last but absolutely not least, John Kraski. Number 1, I want to know what and John, Nicole just shared this with Nation this morning. Today is National Donkey Day today.
What does that have to do with Snoopy?
Well, you could have put a donkey on there, and you could have really ramped it up together. But why did Snoopy land as number 1 on the creator list? And I think I know why, but share with Nation why Snoopy is up there today.
Do you know why? Know better than I know why Snoopy's on this list.
No, well, I'm thinking Snoopy because you're making fun of the whole damn thing, and you're like, man, let's have some tongue-in-cheek fun with this whole thing.
That's a fair assessment. We love Snoopy though. Producing great content for a long time. Very under the radar on LinkedIn, but we love him. Just keeping it real, making people happy. Look at how adorable he is. Look at him in his little aviator outfit, little red scarf. How could Snoopy not be number 1 on any top list? We love Snoopy. We just absolutely love him. So he's probably the most non-polarizing person on the planet.
It's funny because Lisa Nelson, John thought when you're talking Snoopy, she thought you were talking Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. That's funny. I saw a comment. I didn't pick up on that, but yeah. So there you go, Snoopy. But Snoopy is just showing us does not like pods, real, authentic. And this is the way we need to build community forward on LinkedIn. This is basically like running that's what it is. This is basically like running a political campaign. Hey, I just think there's time for some new energy, ways of building community. So I think all things that go up must come down. So that's what my belief is. And I am the bigger pod monster creators, and it seems like they're doing their thing and reposting, but eventually people, you can see that we're starting to make a slight difference. So it may take, I don't know how long it's going to take. It'll probably take months, but it's done. And we'll keep doing these, and I'll keep coming on the show.
Exactly. So a quick recap before we say goodbye to Nation. So number 1, we got Snoopy. Number 2, Tima Elage. Number 3, Monroe Melvin. Number 4, Paulette Watson. Number 5, Mario Hernandez. Ashley Nicholson comes in at 6. John just met Ashley yesterday, so there you go. Get under John's radar. You get Adam Posner, who's doing some great things, keeping John honest about what's real and what's not. Thomas Woodhams, the Odie guy. Debra Prasamriti. And then, of course, Darren McKee. And one thing, creators, as John has made it very clear, Nicole, is that whether you're 10 or whether you're 3, it doesn't matter. The fact is you made it to the list. And that's what John's trying to shine the light on here today. So this was an exceptional thing that you did yesterday. I know that Nicole and Keith, when we started the show here, we're all about shining light on others. And the fact that you're doing this, we're doing this together. We have a thing here, my friend. You have our full support. I want to help you turn this into something where we can continue to shine the light on creators everywhere. Maybe we formalize this, right? So people can nominate others or come knock on your door, but let's make this into a thing where we know it's either monthly or bi-weekly or however, whatever time is that the creator rankings is showing up. We get people excited about it, all in this idea of shutting down the big pod monsters.
Exactly. And annual award show like the Oscars, maybe we'll have it.
Yes.
You're in where, Manitoba? Is that right?
Oh, you remember. Yeah, good job, man. Yeah.
Good job. Wow. All right.
Yeah, well, Nicole's in Oregon. She's not far from you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. We'll have an annual show too. So yeah, we'll come up with the next group of creators to showcase.
Yes.
I heard Pigpen and Lucy also are very interested to get on the list. So we'll see.
So we every single day we take a light, John, and shine at the 41-minute mark. We shine a light on creators around LinkedIn as well, called the Creator Spotlight. So what I'm thinking to do is those people that we highlight get thrown into the bucket, and then collaboratively or yourself, you're like, yeah, let's put that one on the list. Every single day, Nation, come nominate your folks, and we're here about paying it forward. And then ideally, you're going to end up on Kraski's list. We're making Kraski's list a thing. This is not a one and done, Nation. Nope. John's just getting to know me. He's like, holy shit, this guy. Oops, sorry, Nicole. This guy's always all in. We had his political announcement yesterday. Sean Nason made an announcement yesterday on the show. So we're doing big things here in the lab.
Oh, Sean was on.
Yeah, Sean made some announcements yesterday. Yes.
Cool. I talked to him 2-3 weeks ago. He's cool. I got connected through Michael Kanatsky.
Yeah, yes. Ken's a friend of the lab as well.
Yeah. Wow, he's in the lab. Wow. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, cool. Nice. All right.
All right.
Let's continue to push her forward. This is fun. This is my new favorite show.
Awesome.
I'm gonna tell Monroe Melvin to come on your show. He's like a massive A, and he's got the same accent as you. So you guys need to be like, you guys have to like do it. It'll be good. He's a little snarky too. He's fun. He'll make it so fun. So he's helped open my eyes to a lot of this nonsense because he went deep down the pod monster rabbit hole just trying to figure out how. And then he was like, wow, man, I want no part of this. This is dirty.
We're clean here in the lab, Kraski. So quickly, before we go, Nicole's got to get some kids off to school. I get some obligations as well.
I got to go to the gym, man. So, all right.
You're just going to the gym now?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll go have a good lift, pal. We'll take it easy, okay?
All right, man. All right.
See you, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nicole, that was fun. I know we got to rock and roll. Quick second here. That was a lot of fun. We're going to make that into a thing here. Quickly, before you go, you got some kids. You got to get off to school and you got stuff going on right now, don't you?
Yeah, last track meet today for my daughter and a baseball game for my son. So it'll be busy,
a lot of fun.
fun.
That's a lot of fun. Awesome. Well, you enjoy an awesome day today. Wednesday, today's rest and recovery day. It's reset day for me. So I'm excited about the day today as well. Yoga. I'm going to be doing some yoga today or on the other side of the wall. So I'm excited about that. And then going to work on putting some creator stuff out there for everybody. So
awesome.
You have a spectacular day. I enjoyed the conversation. I hope you all did, Nation, as well. We're going to cut this up, put it out there. Go follow all the creators. Connect with them. We're trying to do some fun things. All right, let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. See you there, kid. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.